Comets of Halifax County are a very powerful offense. They've never scored less than 20 points. In all the games this season, they've scored at least 20 points, and they have never given up more than 20 points. And, well, you put those two statistics together, and you get an undefeated 13-0 season. The Skyhawks of Lloyd Bird, who will wear white today, have a 12-1 record. The only loss came in overtime against cross-Chester rival Thomas Dale. We're getting close to game time now. It's 2 o'clock as we record the game. You'll see it, of course, now in the evening, same day, Saturday. And there was a kind of a touching moment before the game today as they remembered 50 years ago today, Pearl Harbor, a very poignant moment in American history. And, of course, it adds a little bit of extra emotion to people's edges today. And, of course, then you've got a lot of young kids out here who that is not as important to them. What's important to them is this is the biggest day of their life, Roger. They play all season for this opportunity.
And being able to look back and appreciate the memories that they've made this year.
I believe, as we saw the indication, that the Comets won the toss and deferred their choice to the second half. Or rather, they've chosen to receive, rather, as Lloyd Bird will be kicking off and moving from right to left today. And we are underway as Mac Valdez's kick goes to the far side of the field. That's number 44, Tyrone Holt. He's still underway. He's a dangerous runner, and he's finally brought down as he crosses the 30-yard line to about the 34, and that's where the Comets will take over on offense. Roger, what do you do if you're these teams to try to loosen up? I mean, they've got to be tight. You have to be nervous for a game like this.
Well, you got to start out with your just your basic plays, basic defense. They're going to have to feel each other out for a while, but you're right. They're very nervous right now, but that'll go away quickly. Get that first hit in, get rid of the butterflies.
Aaron Brand is the quarterback. He's the guy that suffered a bit of an injury, a little bit of a muscle pull last week. This is an explosive offense. They'll run wishbone and power eyes, single backs, two backs. They don't care. They have a lot of different looks, and I think that's one thing that Lloyd Bird will have to contend with today, and that is their ability to adjust to the different formations and patterns that are thrown at them by the Comets of Halifax County. They start with a formation which they immediately break out of. No sense in describing the first one as they go triple receivers to the left. The lone running back in the backfield is number 24, or rather 34, Darrell Medley. He's more of the up the middle kind of guy. They say that Medley and Holt, the big guys, will go most basically up the front, and 41, Rudy Barksdale, is the guy with the good speed around the outside.
Looked like Halifax was trying to confuse Bird. Difficult deciding the strength in a one-back formation, so they tried to hide him by putting them all in the backfield and split them just as they came out.
Second down and 6, gain of 4 on first down for Halifax County. Just underway, just inside 11 minutes to play first quarter. Now to the power eye in the backfield. The pitch comes to the last man through. That's 41, Rudy Barksdale. Boy, has he got speed, and he uses it around the outside before he's finally pushed out of bounds deep into Lloyd C. Bird territory. A gain of about 25 yards on the play for Rudy Barksdale. Barksdale averaging 7.8 yards a carry coming in and 20 touchdowns and 122 points during the year. Last week he had 9 carries, 56 yards, and 3 touchdowns. He's a guy you've got to keep an eye on. He's also a capable pass receiver. It's first down and 10 now as they'll be operating from the 35-yard line of Lloyd C. Bird. Hopefully he'll be back for the Skyhawks as the power eye once again. He is the formation in the backfield for Halifax County. They have a lot of weapons out of the backfield, and they also have a good throwing game, which they likely will not go to unless needed, especially if the running game continues as it has. Here comes the pitch once again to Barksdale. This time it's to the right side. Great blocking, and Barksdale's away, and we have the first point scored of this game as Halifax County scores on a 34-yard scamper by Rudy Barksdale, and 6-0 is the lead for Halifax County.
And he probably saw something. It looked like a linebacker may have been walked up trying to blitz. That kid has great speed. And it looks like he's starting out with a big day.
And now the extra point try for Halifax County. Here comes their kicker, Gary Colwell. And it's good. That makes it 7-0 in favor of Halifax County as they have struck only 1 minute and 26 seconds into the first quarter. And Lloyd Bird uncharacteristically will have to operate from behind in this game as Halifax County is on the move already. Power eye formation in the backfield again for Halifax County. Give goes to the second man through. That's Tyrone Holt, number 44, getting up off the bottom of the pile, a senior, 232 pounds. He's 6'2", averaging 5.2 yards a carry coming into this this game today. A lot of man coverage after talking to Dutch Scrotenboer. That's the way he intends to defend this big play team. And man coverage breaks down if you give him enough time, and that'll be the key here. Will they be able to keep the pressure on Brandt? And here comes the rush. They do rush him a little bit, but he finds his receiver over the middle, Terrence Jennings, and he is right around the first down marker. Let's see how they mark it. He initially looked like he had the first down, but then turned a little bit inside, and he may have been tackled short of the first down. That's
exactly right. He needs to keep an eye on where his first down marker is, know how deep to run the route, and then stay there. He did try to loop back.
Fourth down. Brings up the fourth down.
It's been an interesting call here. Might be a time to try to get a cheap one this early in the game, though. I don't know.
Bird will no doubt be playing for the short game. Get their linebackers up tight. We'll see what happens. Once again, the power I in the backfield for Halifax County. And there's some delay on the field as the officials resetting the ball.
I wonder if they might not just try to draw them off on this play.
That's a possibility. Fourth down and short. Halifax County has it. Brandt hands it to his tailback. And good for the first down is Rudy Barksdale. Nothing pretty, just what they needed. 2-3 yards right through the right off the right tackle. First down and 10 as they approach midfield. 47-yard line is the line of scrimmage. Halifax County content to keep it on the ground except for 2 passes, 1 complete, 1 incomplete. Here's the pitch to the tailback. Once again, it's Barksdale. He's got some room around the outside and blockers too. Cuts back inside. Looks like he's going to rack himself up another touchdown. This guy is one excellent runner. Rudy Barksdale.
That's a great run. They put the power eye back in motion to the left, used him as a lead blocker to the quick side. He headed up that left sideline and cut it back. He has great speed. This kid looks like a tremendous runner.
Rudy Barksdale is a one-man wrecking crew of the defense of the Lloyd Bird Skyhawks. I'll tell you that.
I think last week against South Lakes, the Halifax Comets scored on their first 5 possessions of the first half, and they're 2 for 2 today.
Well, that doesn't bode well for Bird. They had held them there initially, but let them get away with a couple of big plays. The fourth down, of course, a key there.
Eric Vass.
Clock is rolling. Lloyd Bird has it. Skyhawks on offense now. Once again, conservative backfield, although this time an I formation. Here comes the pitch. It's to Vineyard, trying to find some running room behind his lead blocker. Ball is loose. Let's see who gets it. You see the referee down on the bottom of the pile. Actually, that's Rudy Rice, the linesman.
Halifax has it.
To the left. Terrence Jennings to the right. Fakes the quick pass. Up the middle on a nice running play. That's Darryl Medley. Very sophisticated disguising of the play there, and when everybody thought that was a passing down, Brett gave him the pass look, and bang, right up the middle.
It's like a quick draw up the middle. He just made the quick fake out to the flanker and then handed it off.
On the last series. Let's see if they can establish it now out of the split backfield. That's Jason Vineyard off the right side.
Using all 3 backs in just a T formation, leading with Kadrlik, Harrison there, and they're getting good yardage with Vineyard.
Well, one of the things that we noticed in the statistics is that Kadrlik's numbers were down from last year, and Vineyard's were up, which kind of leads you to believe that he may have been giving up a bit of himself in order to get that offense running. And indeed, you generally see whichever way Kadrlik goes, it's usually number 22 Vineyard who's following him, following that lead block.
It's like having another lineman in front of him coming out of the backfield. But Kadrlik is very unselfish and is willing to do that.
And indeed, he does play the defensive line, so he knows what's going on out there.
And just as we speak about him, he gets a little bit of a quick start, and I think it's going to be a legal shift on the offense.
Movement along the defensive line, everybody legal. Here comes the handoff to the near side of the field, and buried under a pretty decent defensive effort there is Scooter Harris.
Looked like Bird just had the play called right into the blitz as Halifax was jumping along the line. And Harris tried to get what he could out of it. There just wasn't much there. 3rd and 8, they're going to have to probably try to get it to Sharkey some, but before you can go with the play action that Bird is so well known for, you're going to have to establish a running game.
Clock continues to roll. A little over a minute and a half left to play first quarter. Bird with the ball. Last time they had it, their series was abruptly ended by a Jason Vineyard fumble. Back to pass is Bodenhammer, rolling right and looking.
Play action to Sharkey, and it looks like it's intercepted.
And indeed it is. The man with the ball is number 33 on defense. And that, of course, is Joe Wilkins, a guy who's a spare part on both sides of the line of scrimmage. And he's come up with a big play, an interception inside Lloyd Bird's territory with a little over a minute left to play in the quarter. Second down and 13. There's the motion man coming towards you. That's Holt. Pitch comes to the tailback, Barksdale. Boy, is he dangerous outside if they could let him get there, and indeed they do. He's good for the first down plus a couple of extra yards as Lloyd Bird is having trouble with the lateral pursuit.
Tell you, Ryan Sharkey got upfield. I thought he was in pretty good shape on that play, and next thing I know, he's getting put to the ground from behind. They held him back after the Vineyard fumble. Let's see if they can do it again here. You need to call on that defense, but you can only do it so many times before they're going to break.
Here they come once again out of the power I, which is what Halifax County has used a lot today. Aaron Brand, the quarterback. Once again to his tailback, Barksdale, doing what he likes to do, and that's get around the outside. And before they know it, Lloyd Bird is looking at another first down. Brand, the quarterback, kind of a slow pitch, comes back to Medley. He's handled by the defense.
I tell you, Halifax isn't using their kicker very often, but in this situation, the holding penalty, if you accept it and can hold them, you're putting them out of field goal range.
Bird continues to roll off the clock. We're down to 6 minutes. The pitch to Vineyard. Has to cut back. Makes a nice move to stay alive, but the defenders from Halifax County would see none of that, and he's dropped for a loss. Two receivers in the slot. Brown and Waller. Bodenhammer rolling right with protection, but that won't last too much longer. Tries to throw into big coverage. What a mistake.
44, Tyrone Holt.
Big mistake made by Bodenhammer there to throw into really, really congested coverage where his man was outnumbered by about 4-1, and Tyrone Holt made him pay.
Bird saw the same thing that they saw the previous play. Stone was open on the curl route.
And taking time off the clock, but Halifax County has it on the 41-yard line of Lloyd Bird as they take over on the interception.
Watch Wallace on this play.
Here's the handoff, and it comes to number 45. That's George Boyd.
Halifax is using a variety of running backs. He's another one that we didn't even have on the sheet there.
Make that the 16-yard line. A little tough to tell on the Bermuda grass that's already been frosted for the year. Handoff goes inside. This time it's number 44 in for the touchdown, Tyrone Holt, who last week had 7 carries for 57 yards but didn't score. This week he racks up his scoring drive, 16 yards on that one.
Power I back coming back on a crossbuck trap. He just hit it straight up the middle, accelerated. That's a powerful runner. You're not going to bring him down if you let him.
With 1:04 to play, Lloyd Bird is back to the line of scrimmage. It's a 4th down and 4 yards to go, and a critical play here late in the first half as Lloyd Bird will need to cut into this lead if they want to have a reasonable chance of coming out of the blocks in the third quarter, taking that kickoff and putting this game back into a much closer situation. Let's see how they do on this 4th down play. Bodenhammer, the quarterback. It's an I formation for the Skyhawks. He's going to pass. Finds Stone. Did he hang on? No. The ball is free along the ground. It's incomplete, and the defensive secondary is definitely giving the Skyhawks receivers a tough failed on the part of Mike Owen, and that's where we stand at halftime. We'll take a short pause, and when we come back, it's second half action from Halifax County in the Chippenham Sports Medicine High School Football Game of the Week. If they keep it on the ground, so the defense will have to hold Halifax County at those 21 points if Bird's going to win. Long pitch comes out to Vineyard. Has a little bit of running room, but it evaporates quickly as the nice play is made there by number 44, Tyrone, tight end in there on the other side. That'd be number 86, which of course is Eddie Moore. Bodenhammer passes over the middle, tips. See what happened. It seems as if the lineman picked it up on the tip play there.
Number 74 for Lloyd C. Bird. They don't need to panic here.
5:22, and clock continues to run on the completion. Bodenhammer back to pass, has time, got to find somebody now. Still in trouble. Finally takes it out of bounds as he just did not have the courage to go into the coverage. Stopped on the incompletion. Taking over on downs near their 30-yard line is Halifax County. Number 34 comes through. It's Daryl Medley. He's got some room. Secondary is counted on to make the stop for Lloyd Bird as the line play of Halifax County continues to be sharp.
Work out the way we'd hoped.
Here comes the second down play. Call it a gain of 3. It'll be 7 yards to go for the first down. Here comes the handoff to Barksdale again. I think he'll see the ball a lot. He might see the end zone on this play. And indeed, Barksdale has scored from, we'll call it just about exactly 30 yards. And that's the way the fourth quarter is going to open up. And to say that's a bad sign for Bird would be a great understatement.
Well, to run the balls effectively against Bird, as Halifax has today. It was just an off-tackle play, lead blocking by Holt. Barksdale took it off right tackle, and with his speed, once he gets in the secondary, it's tough to
Is
run
the
him
final
down.
play of this Division VI AAA boys football state championship. Basketball season has already started and is on my mind, but the football championship this year in Division VI, the ultimate division in high school football in Virginia, will rest on the shoulders of the Halifax County Comets, and Bedlam has broken at midfield as the Skyhawks will have to summon up what's left of their pride in order to go out and congratulate the victors.
Halifax completes a perfect season, 14-0 now, and they should be very, very proud of what they've done. Coach Smith completed the turnaround in 3 short years. It's a great job, and he needs to be commended.
And today's final score, of course, was 27-6 as Halifax County started off strong and just stayed that way all day. Rudy Barksdale was good for a 35-yard run before 2 minutes of the game had been played. And even though Bird came back with their own Jason Vineyard touchdown in the first quarter, that would be the end of their scoring as the kick failed, and it was 7-6. Barksdale again in the first quarter with a 53-yard run. Then in the second half, Tyrone Holt's 16-yard run, and finally Barksdale in the fourth quarter again from 30 yards. That's your final score as one of the kicks failed from Colwell. 27 coming in.
Their offense did a good job of moving the ball and keeping it out of Lloyd C. Bird's hands, and then when Bird did get it, they never really had an opportunity to have good field position, save the opportunity that Waller gave them on the return kickoff. But awful proficient ground game by Halifax. I have not seen a team be able to run the ball like that on Bird this season. Well, we'd like to see what we can do to maybe slow them down a little bit, but like you said.
Tell me about Manchester next year then, if you like. As Coach Kassem is the coach there, what do you foresee in your crystal ball for the Manchester team?
Oh, it's too early to tell at this point. We certainly were proud of the achievements of our team this season. A 7-3 record, given the records in past years, was something for us to reflect on now and be happy about. But we're by no means satisfied. We have a lot that we need to do to get to the level of an LC Bird where we have a good program. We had a good team, but we need to build from here. Possibly the move to the new school will help that. And we'd like to be able to compete with the Clover Hills and the Monicans and the LC Birds. It's a very, very good district that we're moving into. And I think there's very good football played there, as Bird has showed all season and shown today.
As I said earlier, and I'd like to make mention of again, there were some special sponsors who made today's broadcast a possibility. And they, of course, were really brought to us by our good friends at Lloyd C. Bird. They found them for us and made it possible for us to broadcast the game. And that was Don's Trucking Service, of course. And we also want to thank the people at the Orange Market. They were good to us as well. And without them, we would really not have been able to do this broadcast. Here. Halifax County Comets, and there's a bunch of wreckers here. I think every wrecker in South Boston must be out here today as they're displaying their pride in their home team, and they've come out to do the wrecking today. Final score 27-6 here as we wrap up the state finals. Thank you very much for enduring the season with us, and we hope it's been enjoyable to all the viewers. Thanks especially to Roger Kassem, who filled in at the last minute for Willie Lanier, who was under the weather. Willie, get better. We really missed you out here today.